Be warned, it's Luana, and this podcast contains honest, upfront opinions, rants, bants in general, explicit content. But you know you love it, and my flat voice.
Do you know, we're feeling the love today, aren't we, girls?
I farted.
Oh, good. We are big and
I
back.
just really love
Farts?
the smell of my own farts, okay? I do. They're nutty, they're peanutty, sometimes they're cabbagey.
You do
and they
very
bring me
cabbagey
great
ones.
joy.
Yeah, I actually could. This is how well I know. I could genuinely pick your fart out of a lineup. A fart lineup.
We should do that.
A methane lineup.
Jar farts.
Oh, that's quite pungent.
Jar fart lineup.
I mean, for all those people that think I fake my gagging, you know.
Oh God,
she
she's
might
still
have a
going on
problem.
about that from Monday, guys.
Hashtag triggered.
We need to
Hashtag let it go.
We need to leave that, Anna, on the wave behind. Okay. We need to move on.
Need to move on, Lou.
Park it, box it, goodbye.
Okay,
right, I'm Louisa Zisman.
I'm Anna
She's
Williamson.
Anna Williamson. We're also joined here with the annoying voice one, Imogen Rose Hart.
And the one who doesn't even have one yet.
And,
Hey! Social media, but
Bex
no, she's
does
quit.
not want a voice
No,
now.
no.
I'm joined in a room full of snowflakes. We'll be bringing you extra chats, extra rants, extra confessions, extra stories.
And
this episode,
not about Lou's unrelatable life. So we're now set the scene.
I fucking love
we're
my
all
unrelatable life.
ready to go.
I want it to be more. Do you know?
you should go extreme.
I
Go
have
extreme.
ambitions for my life to be so unrelatable that I just kind of like walk on my own stratosphere.
Almost like the Truman Show.
Yeah, that's what I want my life
That's
to
where
be like.
you need to get to.
And do you know when I will be there?
Go on.
When I own a private jet that I can fly my horses in. I want my own
that's
Airbus
where she's going.
A380
Yeah.
that I can march my horses up into
Yeah.
and fly around the world with my horses.
And then fly back down again.
And at that point is when
you're
I will take it on the chin that I'm unrelatable.
Yeah. Yeah, I think-
that's the level of unrelatable I'm aiming to get to in my life.
And do you know what? We know you and a goal. You always reach a goal.
I actually think I'm going to get there.
I'd say we probably could. Yeah.
15 years.
Oh, do you reckon?
Yeah,
What's-
I can park it at Stansted because actually Stansted is 10 minutes from my house.
Right.
It's the only airport that you can park an Airbus at that's privately owned. And do you know how I know
Okay.
that?
Because you've looked into it.
No, because a Chinese guy asked us to buy our house based on the fact that he wanted a country estate that was near an airport where he could park his Airbus A380.
Fun fact.
So he's given
Fun,
me ambitions.
unrelatable fact of the day.
That Chinese guy has given me great ambition. And I'm going to gut that Airbus and I'm going to kit it out
Oh, pimp
for
that shit up.
ducks, dogs
Yep.
and horses.
Ducks, dogs, and dicks.
And at that point, I'm going to be like, I fucking made it.
You've made it, babes.
That's where I'm heading,
Yeah,
girls.
I love that.
Just want to let you know
that.
that's on my 15-year goal
Love
in
that.
life.
I love that.
What's on your 15-year unrelatable life goal?
Have you got a hole in your jumper?
Probably.
Bloody hope not. It's new. Oh, it is.
Oh, a moth's eaten that.
No,
No,
that's
that's
my
like a
washing
jeans.
machine. Oh,
Is
maybe it's
it?
jeans.
It might be where you've pulled it on jeans or
Oh,
something.
maybe. That's brand new.
Oh, gutted. Is it expensive?
Oh, no.
Looks like Florence and Fred. I'm sure it'll be fine.
No, it's not. Oh, shady bitch.
Anna's goal is to not have holes in her clothes.
Yeah, that is my goal.
No hole.
Do you know what? This is a little M&S. I took the kids to get their uniform for Ethan, and Enzo picked it out. He went, I like that top, mummy.
Oh, so you bought
I bought it just because he liked
Well,
it.
I think it's fine. It's got a hole in it. I wouldn't recommend taking fashion advice from an 8-year-old again. Right, shall we
me
move on?
neither. She's brutal today.
Jesus
She's fucking brutal. Honestly, I'm going to get her a little glass box in a minute.
Spicy.
Yeah.
That's why she loves me.
Of course it is.
No,
Always.
it's actually a cute jumper
Yeah, don't backtrack now.
for a grandma.
Yeah. It's a good job I love her and ignore her. But I'm not going to ignore this. Bellends in Birth, the story feature. Right, come on, Gobby. Get this shit out.
We've got a message on. She's taking back control there, bossing me
Yeah,
around.
I am.
Bellends in Birth, we've got Anonymous who've called you Olive, which is a great name for someone wearing your jumper.
Just ignoring these bitches. It's all right, Lufanians. I got this shit. They just wait. They just wait.
Right. Olive says...
Can I just say, I'm
problem
going
is,
to
can I
clap
just say
back
that
right now.
Imo
because
and I,
Yeah.
can I just say that Imo and I, when we start laughing,
Yeah.
we set each other off and we just can't
But
stop.
also, and I am going to clap this one back. You'd have a vague point if the pair of you looked like fucking Naomi Campbell sitting there. Right?
It just took her 3 minutes of us laughing to get that comeback.
Let's just say, guys,
All right.
I just like to
Your
live on my
comebacks are as slow as the person that
on my
should be
moral-
wearing your jumper.
on my moral high ground over
Mobility
here.
scooter speed. She's come in with the comeback. A fucking mobility scooter.
Let's just say, girls,
that suits the jumper.
I'm very accepting of how everyone looks right now. I don't point that out.
It's funny because I am wearing horse riding clothes with socks
We
pulled
all
up to my
look
knees.
substandard, and we are fine with that.
Good.
And we are fine with that.
Right.
Right, now we stop roasting each other. Let's get into this.
Olive has a labour story for us.
Go on.
She says, I was pregnant with my daughter. My jaw aches. I was pregnant with my daughter. And her dad was with me at the hospital when I was in labour. When I was about 4 hours into it, all I wanted was a strawberry Ribena. I kept eating Mars bars during my labour.
Did you?
I
Haribo's for me.
haven't had a Mars bar for ages. Do you know what I used to like? A Lion bar. Don't know if they sell them anymore. They sell the ice cream as well.
I'll go
Lion bar.
strong in for a boost right about now.
That's a good. Do you know what else is a great
Top
chocolate
notch.
bar?
Go on.
Double decker.
Toffee crisp.
Oh yes, we're throwing it back. Right.
Do you
Anyway,
know why? It's because we're all fucking hungry.
we're starving.
desperate
I
for our
actually am
lunch.
hungry.
I am so hungry.
She says, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I must have needed the sugar. My partner said, don't worry, I'll go and find you one. I'm feeling hungry anyway. Won't be long. Thinking, how lovely. That's so good of him. After about 45 minutes later, he
I bet
came
he's gone for a
back.
poo.
Where on earth have you been? I asked in astonishment. The contractions are getting closer and stronger, and I really wanted that bloody Ribena. Only I noticed he didn't even have a Ribena or any other drink. He'd been to the bloody chippy next to the hospital because he didn't fancy hospital food. Bumped into his mate, and rather than get back to the mother of his unborn child, he decided to stay at the chippy
Fuming.
and eat with him. Didn't think to say, I better not stay. She's in labour and needs me. Oh, no, he didn't.
Oh, what a knob.
Absolutely goes without saying that we're no longer together as we broke up when our daughter was 3. Sometimes leopards just don't change their spots.
Yeah.
Keep the laughs coming, ladies.
Yeah, that's not
She
a good
never got her
indication.
Ribena.
No, she never got the Ribena, and
Never got it.
a happy end after with him. But I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Honestly.
We got a voice note
Oh.
on Bellends in birth. This is a very
I
popular
knew
topic.
this feature would take off.
It's a story from Jess.
What are you saying, Jess?
Hi, ladies. I have an annoying birth husband story for you all.
Yes.
Giving birth to my first daughter, I was actively pushing when the orderly came in with my meal. It was about 6 o'clock. And I just waved them off rudely, like, ugh, just put it over there, like whatever. It was chicken drumsticks with vegetable mashed potatoes.
Ooh.
Fucking delicious.
Ooh, okay.
Hours later, I pushed out this baby, traumatic birth, all the stitches, all the bloods, all
Joy.
just gross. I said to my husband, it was like midnight or something. I was like, babe, I'm starving. Where's my dinner? And he just looked at me and he was like, oh, I ate it.
Oh,
You fucking what? You ate my chicken drummies?
Fair.
I gave birth in a public hospital, so there was no other fucking food. He managed to scrounge me up a cup of tea and some cheese and bickies.
No.
I was just fucking livid.
She once said chicken
Anyways,
drummies.
to
not
this
got
day,
over this.
7-8 years later, if anyone's giving birth and says, oh, what should I pack in my bag? I say, pack a lot of snacks because they won't fucking provide you any, and do not eat her fucking meal. Like,
need to.
if she's provided a dinner, put it in the fucking fridge and don't fucking eat it. Anyways, my name is Jess and I am from Australia and love you and all that fucking jazz. Bye.
This
Jess.
happens a lot, Jess. The partner's eating the
Eat the
food.
food.
I mean, we had the one the other day. Yeah, go to order before the
Order-
even bloody
I know.
Mrs. has ordered hers. Back off, boys.
back off.
Right, message from Rebecca.
Do you know what I did? Sorry, when I was in the hospital, we left Indigo in the
Full
hospital
stop.
and we went to Nando's.
Stop it. Did you?
To be fair, she was in the ICU.
No, you couldn't do anything.
Couldn't take her. So.
Message from Rebecca. I discovered your amazing podcast and I've been obsessively catching up for months. Thank you.
Go
babes.
listen to our back catalogue.
There you go. Thanks, Lou. So proud. Anyway, I've just listened to the totally extra episode on 9th of May, last year, 24, about the girl.
Scratching your fanny.
No, I'm scratching my
That
thigh.
looked like a deep scratch to me.
Getting involved. I mean, to be fair, the fanny comes a bit
Very
low nowadays. Need a rubber ring, honestly. About the girl who caught the ginger tomcat.
Oh
yes!
my God,
Oh
this
my
story
God.
was a fucking
This
corker.
was a belter. About the girl who caught the ginger
Yes.
tomcat and then released it on a housing estate and earned the nickname of the Durley Dumper. Now, I live on a housing estate called Durley in Bridgewater, Somerset. And for the past year or so, we've had a ginger cat, tomcat, come into my garden and try and get in through my cat flap. Over the last few months, this cat has been appearing every night at the same time. I'm wondering if this is the
I hope
cat
it is.
she's released. Very coincidental. Keep up the good work and all that. Love the pod, Rebecca.
I loved that story.
Well, it could be.
Have we got any video evidence of this cat? Please send it in. I
would go as far
absolutely
as-
loved that story.
Well, you need to go and get it, catch it, and go and take it to the vets and get the chip looked
No, I
at.
don't think it was chipped.
If it wasn't chipped, then keep it, I guess.
It's actually illegal now not to have chipped your cat.
I know.
No, I think it might have been chipped because don't you remember she went
Yes.
and dumped this cat and it was the wrong cat. She dumped someone else's cat.
Yes.
So go and get it. Go and check the chip. Take it to the vets, and
That
they
was
can
such
see
a funny
the
story.
chip and where it's from.
Wow. Right, we've got a rant in next from Roxanne. Imo, slow on the uptake. Roxanne, my little best friend.
Also, sorry,
when I
on
was
cats,
younger,
you've got to
she
be
was
careful.
called
I
Roxanne.
love that. Cats got to be careful because they jump into delivery vans, you see, and they end up in different parts. We've got someone in our village that lost their cat and thinks it jumped into the Amazon van and has
Stop it.
gone. Yeah. And it happens
be
a lot.
so
Be really
upset.
careful. All these delivery drivers do say that. Some of them do hop in.
Cats are so cute.
Hello, Louisa, Anna, and Imo.
Hello.
Very
It's
professional.
Roxanne from Hertfordshire. I'm in the depths of Easter holidays.
Oh, hell.
When are they fucking over? I'm
bless
here
you.
with a live rant. I'm trying to get my life admin done online. And why is it that online platforms, now we are digital and everything is digital and you can do it online, they can't fucking cope with a double-barreled surname? Yep, two surnames. I've had it since I was born,
I don't
34
have
years
this
ago,
problem.
so it's not a new thing in the world. But for some reason, these fucking online platforms cannot cope with the fact that I've got two surnames and there is a space in between them. Imo, you can probably relate here, but yeah, it's
I
fucking
can relate.
annoying. So yeah, companies, utility companies, online companies, sort your shit out and get on board with double-barreled surnames. I'm fed the fuck up of having to ring up people and speak to people on the phone and wait for hours.
Nobody
on
wants to
end.
talk on the
I
phone.
just can't be asked with it. Who's got the time? Nobody. So sort it out. Thanks for listening. Love you all. Bye.
I
Well,
I
not
have
sure if
this
they
with
listen to this.
with Di Pasquale, my married name. So it's Di space Pasquale.
Just do it as one.
Computers just don't understand. There's a
Computer
little
says
space in there.
no.
They're going to have to sort it out because more and more people are
Oh, yeah,
double
you're a
barreling
double
their names.
barrel.
Absolutely, taking both. Yeah,
Yeah.
very
well,
very common.
there we go.
What happens, I was saying this the other day to my friend, when there's loads of kids and they've all got double barrel surnames and then they go to get married to each other.
I've thought this.
And then there are like 4 names in the mix.
No, you have to drop one from each and
So you just
combine.
pick your
Pick
favourite.
your favourite,
Yeah.
yeah. What will your kid pick? Austin or Hart?
Heart, obviously.
Yeah, I would go for Hart.
Yeah, it's a big dilemma. And then like if we keep that going, there's going to be like 28 surnames down the line.
Right, we've got a message from Tom up next. He says, "Hey ladies, love the pod and all that jizz. Not sure if this qualifies for a minor rant, weird of the week, petty Polly, or all of the above. All I know is it's definitely a gag warning.
Right, if I'm going to gag, it will be real. I do not
You
put
don't
gags
need to
on.
justify your gagging. I was stuck in traffic at a red light, minding my own business.
Right.
I looked in the rearview mirror to see the silly twat in the BMW behind texting. It's always a BMW driver. Not fucking okay.
They do have a
Incredibly unsafe and breaking the law. All right. Anyway, mine ran over, and unfortunately nothing majorly unusual.
Right.
For some reason, I decided to keep an eye on this utter bellend, mainly to chuckle to myself when the lights went green, and he'd be none the wiser as his head was so firmly engrossed in his phone. What happened next, however, I was not expecting. He put his phone down and started checking himself out in his mirror. Granted, he was quite handsome, but clearly he loved himself. During this episode of self-admiration, he noticed something on his face and took a closer look. And next thing you know, his index fingers are approaching his face and he's squeezing a spot. We've all been there. However, the dirty fucking bastard then looked left, looked right, checked no one was watching, and proceeded to lick his fucking fingers. That's right. Whatever yellow, pussy muck evacuated from his face is now in his mouth. Sorry, Anna.
No, it's
Not
fine.
only
But
has this
it's not phlegm,
BMW
it's fine.
driving wank stain been texting at the wheel, he's now had a tasty snack on what must have been a juicy
don't.
whitehead. Well, now, for the Petty Polly. He's pissed me off for texting and nearly making me bring up my lunch. So when the lights went green, I decided to move forward at a snail's pace, fast enough to ensure I got through the green light as it changed to amber, but slow enough for that twat to have to wait to sit at the red again. I was probably quite glad, as it meant more time for another snack on his spotty little face. Anyway, don't text and drive and don't eat your pus.
Stop.
No need to keep me on. Tom in Southampton. Love you girls. Keep doing what you're doing. I love the level of petty.
Yeah.
I mean, it must have been at a snail's pace to only let one car through.
Yeah. But also, sometimes you do look to the left or to the right,
right.
and you do see people having a good old,
But
pick
what he
out
didn't
their
do was look forward and see Tom's eyes glaring at him like the devil looks through hell.
Oof.
Anyway, we've got a double voice note now. Gloria and Edwin.
For privacy purposes, we are going to call the man in question, who is my boyfriend's uncle, Frederick.
Okay.
Right, Frederick was on the Circle Line on the way home from a work drinks in London. So he was on the train, and there was a woman sat opposite him, asleep, with her head leaning to the side on her shoulder. Said homeless man gets on the train.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And sits down beside her.
I could just
A
imagine
few
it's gonna
stops
be
go
right.
by, minded his own business or whatever. He then proceeded to cough.
Oh, stop it. No, don't.
And out come a massive green phlegm that landed on the woman's shoulder in front of her mouth, where her face had fell asleep on her shoulder. Homeless man got up off the train. Another few stops went by, and she sort of woke up in a bit of a daze,
Don't.
and then noticed the phlegm and thought she'd been dribbling her sleep and sucked it back up.
Oh my, it's fucking disgusting. Enjoy that enough.
I love the way that ended. Oh,
So
It's
gross.
What a
phlegm. That's my
dirty
trigger.
bastard.
It's my trigger. You know it is.
what a filthy.
I can't even get out the story of why it's a trigger. It's something that happened to me in school.
I
and
wanna know.
I can't actually say. I think I might have to write it down because I can't
Can you
physically
send it
say
in?
it.
Can you send
It's-
it in?
but whenever I hear a
Luana.com.
Whenever I hear a phlegm story, honestly, I'm transported straight back into my English classroom when there was a situation, and that's.
Can you write it down and send it
I'll
in
write
to
it
us?
in and send it in because that
Thank
I
you.
think that's why I gag so badly.
And then
at the
don't
phlegm.
send it to me, just send it to him and then I can read it out.
Okay,
right,
fine.
we've got a petty
Yes.
Polly from Adam next.
Hi, Anna Louisa, Imo, Bex and team, gay man fan here. I sent in my story about the strange elderly couple we bought our house from a few years ago. Since then, a lot has changed in mine and my partner's lives, and already a lot of good and bad memories have been made in this house. This is a long one, but entertaining and a petty story, so settle in. This house we live in sits at the top of a large hill, situated in the Cheshire countryside, where we have wonderful views of the surrounding landscapes. It's the whole reason why we bought this house. When moving in, sorry, I'm really stuck with that memory now. When moving in, we took note of the 12-foot hedge that lined one side of our garden, and that was the neighbour who owned said hedge and thought that it wouldn't bother us. Oh, how we were wrong. So when we finally introduced ourselves to our neighbours in our close, we also introduced ourselves to the hedge people with a bottle of Prosecco to try and sweet talk them into maybe chopping the hedge height a little, which they replied with a solid no. That it was put up years ago to block the view of our house from two previous owners ago because they refused planning permission because they refused planning permission for the extension onto the hedge people's house, which then these previous owners proceeded to put up decking as high as the fence line on one side of the hedge to see over some of it. We were disheartened and still walked away amicable and smiling. We then proceeded to introduce ourselves to another neighbour, which halfway through a conversation, this neighbour pointed behind us and there stood the hedge people again. Saying that they wanted to confirm what part of the hedge garden they owned, we naively let them into our garden, which they then came out with phrases like, we own up to this leaf. Oh, it didn't actually say that.
They've let them in.
Oh dear.
Big
Which got me
mistake.
very cross.
Huge.
But then they proceeded to say things like, how have two people of your age afforded a house like this?
Bit
How
busy.
rude. We don't think that you will fit into an area like this. And we don't think two
'cause they're
people of
gay.
your kind belong in a place like this.
No, I'd have done.
How
Whacked all
rude.
over that and poisoned the hedge. I would have poisoned the hedge.
How rude.
If you inject it with... No, don't worry.
Obviously, referring to the fact that we were gay, to which my boyfriend then sharply and loudly ordered them to get off our property
Good.
and to never return. Excellent. I
Good.
like that response.
I would have kept posting gay porn actually through the letterbox.
Yes. No, your own pictures of yourselves doing it.
that's too
Yeah.
incriminating.
Yeah, true. Just change the face. Fast
Sign
forward.
them up to Grindr. Just
Fast-
put their address
Yeah,
on
okay.
Grindr, so gay guys keep turning up
Yeah.
looking for a shag.
Homophobes. Fast forward some months later, the hedge people have yelled at my elderly mother coming near the hedge
Oh
unprovoked.
my God.
They're awful people. Stared at us while mowing their lawns, chucked clippings of... Do you know what I would do? I would mow the lawn naked. It's my house, my lawn. I'll do that. Chucked clippings of the hedge into our garden and also made rude gestures at us as we passed their house.
I would have started shagging in the garden
all
by
that.
the hedge.
Yeah, loudly.
Like nice gay sex for them to see.
That's it. Take me up the butt.
Use the hedge to
Yeah,
clear up.
Clear up.
Yeah,
Yes.
use their
Yeah.
leaves.
Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
you own that leaf, do you?
Ooh,
Ugh.
have it back.
Wiping my cummy ass with that leaf. Yeah.
Oh, wait for this. He says, I would like to add that these hedge people are in their mid-60s.
Well,
They're wealthy and
I
retired.
could have told you that.
Yeah, it was
From their
It was
viewpoints.
reeking of that. So now, fast forward to the present day, and I have done what any passive-aggressive gay man would do. I've filed a complaint with the council, which now they legally have to cut down their precious hedge at the end of the year,
Oh.
which we have now organised a hedge cutting party.
Stop.
This is my kind of shit. You know me, I'm too chicken shit to do
So
something
they've
big.
had to cut down the hedge.
Wait, so
It
we've
was
now,
illegal, the
so
hedge.
we've now organised, a hedge cutting party with all of our surrounding neighbours and our families, sending out printed invitations for said party where we will be providing. This is my kind of petty Polly, guys. You know I'm a rule abider. Providing hot food, alcohol, but most of all a deck chair and a pair of small opera binoculars for every guest to sit there posed as when that beloved hedge comes down, as they will see, all they will see is 100 people staring back at them smug.
But how do they know
This is good.
when they're going to cut the hedge down?
Well, I guess they have a date
Deadline.
put in. Yeah, maybe a date's been put in with the
Maybe
tree
there's like a
surgeon.
WhatsApp group.
Yeah,
And they're like, come now.
they clearly know
Bring your
this.
deck chair and
I mean,
binoculars.
I'm not going to lie, guys. If you're quite close, I would turn up for this. I'm quite happy to sit in a deck chair and watch this happen.
Yeah,
He says,
I
I would like to
would
add.
too,
In
actually.
Cheshire, babe.
Oh,
Oh,
okay, I'm not
sorry,
coming.
Tifa.
I'm not coming. I'll send Carrie Catone around. She lives up there. I would like to add that Anna and Louisa, you're my best friends while out on the road. I have a non-stereotypical gay man job as a high-end coach driver, driving celebs and football teams about. I have to remain very professional in my job, which most of the time means remaining quiet
Oh,
and in my
nobody
thoughts.
talks to him.
I know, which can be lonely at times, but all I do is pop in my earbuds and you two help me through my loneliest of times. So for that, I'm forever grateful. Thanks, babe. No need to keep me on. I'm Adam from Cheshire.
Adam the Bush
We
from
love
Cheshire.
you. We love you,
Well
Adam.
done, Adam, standing up for your bushful rights.
Do you know what? But Adam is the gay male version of me. He does it all by the book, files the complaint to the council, and then does his little petty
I would
Polly.
have just injected the hedge with like copper or something.
Lou
I'm
would
sure,
have
and
just
then
gone
you
in with a
poison the
bulldozer
hedge.
and then just gone, speak to my lawyers,
Yeah.
bitch.
Or I would have just
Yeah.
been like, oh, Storm Trudy came last night. Whoop, hedge is down.
Oops.
Oh, did you sleep through it? That's ironic, isn't it? It's definitely a storm. Right, we've got a voice note rant from Helen next.
Live incoming rant. Might be an unpopular opinion, but I personally think grown men on electric scooters look like complete and utter bellends. It's embarrassing.
Yes.
Get the bus,
A bit icky.
learn to drive, walk. I can't stand it. It gives me the ick. No need to keep me anonymous. I'm Helen from Brighton, and I can't stand grown
That's
men
such a
on
Brighton
electric
thing.
scooters. Over and out.
That's such a Brighton thing.
Do you know what confuses me about electric scooters? Is they're like illegal, but then you have all those lime scooters.
I also am very
I
confused
don't
about what
understand
ones you're
that.
allowed to use and what
Yeah.
lanes you can and can't use.
It's like
and
confusing.
Right, okay. This is confession time now. I've never told anyone this, but
Dum. First up, hello. So following the Grandad chocolate protein ash powder, I must confess my cremation sin.
we do love a funeral.
We do. It's like a sick fascination. Farts and death.
Yeah.
My father-in-law very sadly passed away, and a close family friend asked if he could have a small pot of his ashes. My husband thought this was an odd request and didn't want to separate his dad into lots of different pots.
Yeah.
I get that.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
There's a finger. There's a toe.
Yeah.
Oh, there's his head. So as a supportive wife, this led me down a Google rabbit hole of how to make fake human ashes.
Oh.
And to cut a long story short, our friend has an urn of
Oh my gosh.
Our friend has an urn of blended cat litter sat on his TV unit for the past 5 years.
It does look like cat litter, actually.
She blended cat litter and gave it to him in an urn where it now proudly sits. Imagine it's like been talking to that urn of cat litter for 5 years. You're all right, mate.
All right, Cat Sam.
Oh,
I think that's genius. I wouldn't want to scoop a bit of my dad out either.
No.
I'd probably stick. Do you know what? Good to know.
good to know.
Good to know. We hope we don't have to use that, but you know. Right, second one. I never told anyone this part. Probably my most mortifying case of mistaken identity happened at the Cannes Film Festival. Bougie.
Very.
Bouge. Yes, somehow I ended up there for the premiere of the BFG.
Not as bougie.
Not as bougie. Don't ask. Long story. Yeah. After the screening, we hit up this super fancy beach after party. I got chatting to this really sweet older guy who was just lovely, totally chill, asking me about my job, assuming I was in the film industry. I proudly told him I was a teacher and was just tagging along with a friend. Then I turned the tables and asked him what he did for work. He said very humbly, well, I've worked in film for a while. A while? A while. It turns out I've been casually small-talking life and career choices with Steven freaking Spielberg.
Wow.
I asked Steven Spielberg what he does for a living. I may never recover.
I wouldn't know what he looked like.
Oh, I would. Oh,
I
you
wouldn't.
know. Oh,
honestly.
Really?
I would do that. Bex wouldn't. You wouldn't know. Would you know?
really?
I honestly couldn't pick him out of lineup. Obviously, I know his name.
But can I just say this is props of the year then to Steven Spielberg for humbly replying to the question of what do you do for a living? Oh, I've worked in film for a while. This is when I introduced my mother to Michael McIntyre. Took her along to one of my Prince's Trust events a couple of years ago. Went, oh, Mum, this is Michael, as we're standing there having a little vol au vents. She went, oh, lovely. Oh, Michael, what do you do?
Oh.
Yeah. And I then laughed, and he was brilliant. He was like, well, that's a very good question. I often ask myself, what do I do? And I was like, Mum, he only went and sold out the O2 last week to 10,000 people, and he's probably the most famous comedian in the UK. She's like, oh, I am sorry. I do. And now every time she's like, I saw that Michael on the telly. But again, nice man, nice comeback. Man. Well done.
Well, listen, that is it for this week's Luana Totally Extra. We are, of course, back on Monday with your usual dose of Luana. We'll see you then. You can send all your guff in to Luana.
Everythingluana.com. Our email, no, it's not. Our WhatsApp number, if you want to send a voice note or pickies or anything like that, it's 07745 266 947. If you haven't followed us, please do. We're also on YouTube. Don't forget if you want to watch this.
Now. Subscribe, like, love, heard it.
Oh, yeah. All the shit. And we'll see you then.
Right, going to eat Jackie P now.
Oh, can't wait.
Bye.